No.
Maybe.
No,
Demi, good girl, you sure? So I'm not going live with a workout again today. I'm thinking of doing it later on. I didn't yesterday because I was extremely fatigued. So I showed compassion to myself and had a rest day, just concentrated on steps. So I'm gonna do maybe possibly going to a jog. I just started jogging yesterday, and then Demi had woken up from a nap. So as you know, strength train about 6 times a week usually, 5 or 6, and I love it. But my body was just very fatigued yesterday. You know why though? I was lifting heavy at the gym. I believe it was taking me a wee while to recover because it was so different to what I'm normally doing. Morning guys, welcome to my live. You should always listen to your body. And I've been ravenous as well, which could be hormones as well. The hormones don't make you magically gain fat, but they give you a bigger drive to overeat. Let's pick up the pace. So I did have trouble managing my food intake yesterday. So what I like to do every morning is comment, well, they pay for the service, but I also like to, no, Demi, no, get off. I comment on my clients' food diaries. This helps give them an insight in any trends. Stop it. Mummy gonna fall.
Mommy fall.
Morning guys. Kids think the treadmill's a toy. So yeah, one of the things that I've noticed this week, morning guys, from one of my clients, I've just commented on the food diaries now, is that she's always ill. She's the illest client I've ever had. And I work with a lot of mums, so what is the issue here? And she very rarely has fruit. She'll have like an apple a week, something like that. So vitamin C doesn't stop you from getting cold, but it stops the duration of them, and they might not manifest into worse symptoms. So that's our purpose this week. Morning guys. I'm answering any questions on fat loss diets this morning. So what the insight gives them, because when you have another opinion, another perspective, I'm able to zoom out and be like, right, you're focusing too much on the small things here, which is leading you up to failure. Let me just block this guy. So I'll redirect the focus. Morning. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain, rehab. Morning. I've got 2 children ages 6 and 2. I'd love a like and subscribe if you're wanting fat loss advice, exercise advice. Get that off. It's Arish. Go and give it back to Arish. Do me. I didn't.
No, it's mine.
It's not yours, though, is it?
No, it's mine.
Protein as well. Now, if you do find yourself overeating a lot, so I'm going to talk you through what a diet should look like for sustainable fat loss, okay? That's what the topic of conversation is today. So in order to achieve fat, you don't just want to lose fat as well, you also want to keep muscle, build muscle, and feel your best. You don't want to have all these energy dips and be knackered by 3 o'clock. Now, you don't want to be deficient. You don't want to have high fats, like high bad fats, LDL, which increases the risk of heart disease, which is what you get with things like keto. You know, you're having a lot of red meat. So you should be having red meat at least once a week. I eat a lot of chicken, so I'm improving on this as well. If you are bleeding in a week, you should up that to 2, 4. your magnesium and your iron if you're female. You should aim to have at least 2 oily fish a week. So this looks like salmon or mackerel. You need the oils from nuts, seeds, avocado, the good triglycerides. You should be getting at least 80 to 100 grams of protein a day if you're male or female. Now, like I said, protein does keep you fuller for longer up until a certain point. A lot of people, like the Western diet, they're lucky to get about 30 grams of protein when they're not even mindful of it. So if you're going from 30 grams to 60 grams, that's amazing. So don't think that you've got to be perfect, because most of the time, I'll tell people how to eat and what you should include in your diet. Think of a rainbow of fruits and vegetables, the colours. So they go from highly processed diet into the perfect diet, without really enjoying it. You know, they've not worked through the trial and error process of life, especially with children. There's a lot of that. So they think, like, so when they're unable to stick to it, they fall off the wagon. It's just like with fasting, with keto, with any super restrictive diet. You've got to, consistency comes from doing the best you can out of the current shitstorm that's going on. Will weight remain similar if I build muscle? Right, so if you're losing fat and your goal is to lose fat and you don't want to look skinny fat or ill as fuck, then you need to be strength training. If you're losing fat and you're not strength training, you will lose fat and muscle. Muscle's hard to get back, guys. Fat's easy. So the question was, will weight remain similar if I build muscle while I lose this fat? Depends how much muscle and fat you've got to start with, but roughly, yeah. A maintenance in weight doesn't just stay like that at 10 stone 6 or whatever you are. Sometimes it'll be 10 stone 3, 10 stone 7, 10 stone 6. It goes up and down, but you zoom in out and you're looking for a trend. That's how you know you're in maintenance. Now, to build a muscle, if you've never progressively overloaded before, which means resistance training with weights, and it's progressively getting more difficult week on week, you're going for your personal best and you're tracking these. If you've never done that before, you're going to have something called newbie gains. And even if you've just dabbled in weights a little bit, you're still going to be having newbie gains, which means it's super easy for you to build muscle within the first year. It's okay, baby. Whereas if you've strength trained and progressively overload for 4 years plus, you're going to build muscle at a lot slower rate because the stimulus isn't as new anymore. How many steps a day do you get, coach? Morning, Cameron. Thanks for your comment before, by the way. All helps the algorithm. Yeah. Not near my life. So I'm aiming for 15k steps a day. In the summer, I'll smash that out, no problem. 15, 20, 25,000 steps. I'm very lean. This year, like I'm going from... It's Ari's, isn't it? It's Ari's switch. Why don't you go on Ari's iPad? No. Where's Woof Woof? At the moment, I'm struggling to get to 15, but I'm trying to do my best. Yesterday I got 12k steps, and that was me twice on the walk pad. Okay, baby. I don't care if you don't want your cheese. Yeah, I had a lot of fatigue yesterday. I believe it was from Saturday's lifting session. If you've not lifted heavy in a while, it takes a couple of weeks to recover from. Morning, Thrill. So yeah, I'm trying to, you can't go from 0 to 100. And to be honest, it's not that much of a priority, like, in the grand scheme of things. My job is, content creation is, looking after the kids, not in this order, looking after the kids, playing with them, housework. What's the best diet for skinny, fat, tall guy? Every diet should be trying to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. If it's not, it's doing you dirty. So the diet should contain. Demi, that's enough. Deep breath. So every diet should have 80 grams plus of protein. You notice how I didn't say 130 grams of protein, because it's unsustainable and you set yourself up for failure. Take a look at your bad days. How much are you moving? How much are you overeating? What are your habits like? Improve your terrible days just a tiny bit, you'll get some awesome results quicker. Say no to cheese. Morning guys, welcome to my live. I'm a health and fitness coach. I've got 12 years experience. I specialise in rehab, nutrition. I'm a Pilates and yoga teacher as well. So I'm answering any questions. I'd love a like and subscribe. My name's Leanne. I've got 2 children, ages 6 and 2. Well, she's 3 next month. That's about 6 miles a day walking. Yeah, it's not where I want to be. But I'm edging towards, I'm trying to build the habit of getting 15k in. Morning guys, welcome. I'm from England, I'm in Scotland. So normally I'm live with workouts, but you can actually, it's hard work to build muscle, right? You need consistency, a lot of effort, you need calories to get your personal best, when you're getting stronger, and you need time. To lose fat, and in order to keep muscle, it's a lot easier. Keep your protein high, do a couple of full bodies or a full body a week to keep that muscle. More cheese. I think she's a toddler. Right? Ari, can you get us some cheese, please? Morning, guys. I'm definitely carrying a bit of extra weight. I'm actually the heaviest I've been in 3 years. Fucking don't know what's going on. Well, I do know what's going on. I've given up breastfeeding, so my fatigue, it's not there. Drive to hunger is. So I'm toying around at the moment. So if you want to control hunger and stop overeating, you need to make sure your protein's as high as it can be, which mine has been on like 80 grams. High volume, low calorie foods like fruit and vegetables. So fruits and vegetables. People say, protein fills you up until a certain point, and then you won't get any more satiation from protein. Protein, it takes a long time to digest and work through your digestive tract and feed your microbiome. Now, if you don't feed your microbiome, the good bacteria in your gut, they feed on you, which leads to leaky gut, IBS, etc. Too much cheese. How much time does it take to complete 15k steps? Well, I do it throughout the day. So today I'm getting in half an hour. That's about 2.5k. By the time I drop the kids off, naturally that'll be 3.5k. See, I'm building a routine and I kind of know. Eventually I won't even have to think about it, I'll just get it. Then I've got 2 clients, 9 o'clock to 11 on Zoom. They're in Dubai, lucky buggers. And then I'm going to go to the gym, maybe film content abs, or I might do it here later. Whilst I'm getting shopping, I'll be up at about 5,000, and then I'll actively have to go out before I pick up Demi, my 3-year-old, nearly 3-year-old. I'll walk to nursery and from nursery. That's a new thing, because you change your habits quickly and easily. Like you move a lot less because of the dark nights, because of the crappy weather. And then you soon forget what you were doing. I mean, someone said to me, 15, 20, she was a small woman wanting to lose weight. She was fit enough, she's the same age as me, no kids. So she had all this time, right? She said, 15, 20,000, so she needs to get more steps than me because she's smaller if she wants to lose fat. She says, that's going to take up most of my day. I says, choose your hard. Because she's got a desk job. She's bought a walk pad now. She's got a desk job. If you've got a desk job, you're going to find 15k impossible at first. Walk before work, after work, half of your lunch break. Motion is lotion. You're just going to stiffen up, you're going to lose your muscle. It's bad for your health to be sat all that time. Occupational hazard and all that. You can have like about 8k steps Monday to Friday. That's for health, by the way. The minimum everyone should get is 8k for health. For your mental health, for your physical health, to keep your muscle, to reduce back pain. Motion is lotion. And then on the Saturday and Sunday, you can make one or both of the days about nourishment, going out and spending time in nature if it's not raining. If it's raining, you can go for a swim, you can get some steps in at the gym. People just treat the bodies like shit just because it's Saturday and Sunday, and some people start on Friday. That's most of it. That's like half of your week nearly, your weekend. So a lot of people can be perfect Monday to Friday, or Monday to Friday afternoon, and like, yes, weekend, let's like put our body through its paces. And then they undo all of the hard work and they go round and round in circles, and they're like, they don't even track it on Saturday and Sunday, and they're like, why am I not losing weight? It's my hormones. I just go, hi Andrew, total number of steps shouldn't take longer for shorter life. Just like I burn 150. If you want to get steps in faster, just start running or slow jog. I burn 130 calories per mile on my manual treadmill. I do 3 miles. That's good, but the whole problem with fitness trackers is that for steps they're accurate, for calories they're not so accurate. The more efficient, Donald, that your body gets in the steps, the less calories you're going to burn. So maybe start putting yourself on an incline. Morning guys, welcome. Thanks for the subscribers. Morning guys, I love a like and subscribe. Talking about fat loss diets this morning. Any nutrition questions? Do specialise in nutrition. 12 years as a personal trainer, 5 years as an online coach, and probably 13 years now as a trainer actually. Specialise in rehab, nutrition. I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher as well. And yeah, so postnatal rehab, back pain, I get a lot of them. Back pain with men, hip issues with females. Shoulder injuries are really common as well. So any questions? Let's get into it. I'm not that lean, Carmo. I'm the heaviest I've been in 3 years. Why do you need that amount of steps? I'm going into a fat loss phase now. So I've built my muscle in the winter. I was enjoying lifting heavy, and for about 4 months. Plus, with my breastfeeding, estrogen's really low, so it's been a lot harder for me to build muscle. Like people will come on here and be like, how come you're strength training and you're not really building muscle? Like I've built a good amount of muscle to say I've been breastfeeding. You need estrogen, if you're a guy, testosterone, to build muscle. So I've had my own challenges as a coach, and now I've given up breastfeeding. My hormones are like, woo, what the fuck? So my drive to eat's gone up, and that's what hormones do. But as I lose weight and things start to regulate, and I don't have any more babies, things will go back. I use wrist weights and swing arm continuously. The less you weigh, the less calories she'll burn per mile. True that. Quite a lot of people wear weighted vests. Also varies depending on incline and speed. Yep. We're both friends. Morning guys, welcome to my live. My name's Leanne, I'm a health and fitness coach answering exercise and fat loss diet questions. If you can get into a good routine with your food, just like you did, like if you've already built the habit of exercise, why? Have a look at why you've done that. Why you're so good at that. You enjoy it, so you've got to enjoy your food that you eat. It ticks the boxes to build muscle and your goals. So you need to find meals that you enjoy that ticks the boxes for your goals. Very similar. You don't think those that exercise continuously and have built that habit, well done. Now you know you've got that skill of discipline, like go into exercise when you don't want to. So you need to be able to, Monday to Friday, eat the same kind of meals that you enjoy, but you're not getting much entertainment out of it because your life's full anyway. A lot of people are like, my program's boring or my food's boring. Why are you trying to find entertainment in these things? No one said that about my program, by the way. Not yet, anyway. Morning, guys. Like and subscribe if you want in health and fitness advice, motivation. I'm toying with the idea of running. I'll get my steps in faster. But the kids could be around at any moment and just be on that treadmill. What's what like? Thanks, Simple. What speed are you walking to? So I've been on 21 minutes, 1.8. Oh no, wait, that's my distance. Calories I've burnt is 92, but I don't take notice of that. 5.4. I think that's kilometers per hour. But yeah, you've got to choose your hard. You can either be proud of yourself and build confidence in the gym and exercising when you don't want to. That's the biggest challenge, by the way. Just get moving. Trust me, next time you don't want to exercise, think, what's the lesser of two evils? What have you done before that you kind of didn't hate as much? Go with that session. Maybe it's bicep curls, and then whilst you're there, you do some upright rows. Smaller body group, less taxing on the breath, and go at your own pace. Have the rest periods, because it's more about the mindset and the habit rather than building muscle, losing fat. Have you tried the Japanese research interval walking to save time and increase health benefits? Walking's walking. Are you talking about fartlek training, which is speed play in another language? Is it German? So I do a lot of HIIT. I do HIIT at least once a week as a minimum, but I'll probably start to increase this as I lose weight to increase calorie expenditure. It's all maths, guys. And a lot of people think they're not losing fat because they're crap at tracking the food. And that's not like a personal dig. Studies show even dietitians can't accurately track their food. So, and you don't forget, all food companies get 20% discrepancy in the calories. So obviously they're going to be a lot higher than what you're tracking. And if you're if you're going out to eat, make sure that you're over-exaggerating what you've for calories. Good morning, Lisa, how are you? I also train and have a wall Pilates and bodyweight channel. Okay. Morning, guys, welcome to my live. I'm a health and fitness coach, Pilates and yoga teacher, and I've got 12 years experience as a health and fitness coach, answering your questions. It's really confusing out there. There's a lot of misinformation, especially from coaches and influencers. Like cortisol. Morning. Any mamas out there struggling? It's a lot harder for females to lose fat and build muscle. And if you're a small female under 5'2", 5'3", well done, you're officially classed as a small female, which means you need lower calories and higher steps to lose fat compared to a female that was a bit taller. I only eat real food zero process, it still increases weight. Well, that's a good point, Donald. You can have the perfect diet, but if you're not moving your ass, and if you're eating too much than your body needs, then you will gain weight. It doesn't matter how healthy. You could, technically, you've been very deficient and ill as fuck. You can technically have McDonald's all day, as long as you're getting in your steps for fat loss and you're not eating above your calorie target, you can still lose fat. But who wants to feel crap? Morning. You're 5'2". It's a lot harder for small women to lose fat. Less calories to play with. So you need to get really picky, choose your indulgences. I was speaking to a woman, she's not small, but she's the same age as me, 36. Thanks for subscribing. She wants to live a single life. She's got kids. She wants to live a single life and go out most weekends, drink everything, eat everything in sight. But she also wants an awesome body, a lean body. You can't have both. Who do you want to be? And if you're a mum, you really need to think hard about that because the role model that you're becoming. Morning. Come look, it's a 3 mile. This will be interesting. 70 to 85% speed walking. Oh, so it's a form of HIIT training. 5 miles. So when something's structured like that, it's classed as interval training, not high, interval training. But with it being 70 to 85% speed, so you mean RPE. I'm 44 and I'm in the best shape ever. I was last year. I've got 2 children. The best thing that you can do is build muscle, male or female. All these people on their weight loss jabs and the crazy diets, they end up in a worse position because they've lost muscle and fat because they're not strength training. If you don't strength train, you will lose muscle. Protein won't save you. 10% of protein synthesis that stimulates, 90% comes from strength training. What do you do for glutes and quads? I've got loads of content on my channel, Lisa, have a look. Anything that's called glute workout. So my quads are dominant, a lot of female have dominant quads. It's easy to work them, right? But glutes, especially if you've had children, you'll lose that glute connection. You can end up with an anterior pelvic tilt. So your priority should be single leg glute exercises, split leg squats, like heel elevated lunges, that kind of exercise, those kind of exercises. Side lunges. I've got loads of content, have a look. And I give my rationale behind it as well. I hope this helps. But women and men who sit down all day can end up with a posterior tilt of the pelvis, a glute switch off. The glutes stabilise the pelvis. And I give you a strong lower back. The glutes are in charge of stability and balance of the pelvis. And if you've got one bum cheek that's stronger than the other, it'll be out of alignment. And if your pelvis is fucked or out of alignment, then you'll get lower back pain. So you've got 3 glute muscles. You've got gluteus max, which is fairly easy to work once you tune into it. Gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. The gluteus medius comes around here and can cause hip discomfort if it's under firing or working too hard. When it's under firing, the TFL here overtakes. It's a small muscle that gets easily fatigued. So when you stand up, take note if you've been sat for a while. If you got any aches, because a lot of people, no problem, a lot of people have these back and these little twinges, but because they've had it for years and they've accepted that this is a life now, they tune it out, so they're not constantly thinking about it. So then they forget that they've got these aches. Let me just read that comment. Please say something. I don't like King Charles. Morning, guys. Welcome. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain, and rehab. Right, questions. What exercise works well? All glutes at once. Lunges. Squats are quite poor for glutes because you can easily do a squat without switching your glutes on at all. Squats are quad dominant, but people always rave about building your glutes, your bum cheeks using squats. Lunges all the way. Side plank clamshells are a great rehab exercise. Stay active, high protein chicken breast. Morning, guys. Yeah, I don't find squats that good. Well, I'll enjoy them a lot now. Better now, like. I still include them. It's a functional exercise, isn't it? Especially if you've got kids and you're up and down, up and down. Morning, guys. Welcome to my life. I'd love a like and subscribe if you want fitness advice and motivation. I'm here to myth bust. Got loads of content. I've got Pilates, yoga classes, mindset coaching. So someone asked me the other day, what is mindset coaching? Mindset coaching is the prerequisite of long-term fat loss. Hang on, this isn't working. Long-term fat loss. So for you to be resilient to life and not stopping and starting every 5 minutes, you need a better mindset. A lot of people have got this fixed mindset where they're like, can't be perfect, so what's the point? And they stop and start the nutrition. Even coaches struggle with this. They don't know how to be consistent, but your mindset is a prerequisite to long-term fat loss and behavioural change. Morning, Pellet. No problem, Lisa. Even the cup is weighted. How do you find recovery with walking every day and working out? Do you get pain in your ankles and knees? No pain. My knees are very strong. My ankle, I do have a weaker ankle, or did, from like going off on it. Thanks, Thrill. But what, like your rest days, a lot of people think when they're resting from the gym, yay, that means no movement at all. No. You should still be getting your steps in. You're just not strength training. Maybe you're getting more stretches. But someone asked me that the other day. She only trained once a week, and she was asking about a rest day. Like, no, rest day is rest days. That's where your recovery is coming from. And if you've got DOMS, bringing blood flow to the muscles through your steps is a good thing. It's the most natural thing to do. Is getting your steps in, is walking. What type of shorts are those? I think working out every day is the key. It works for me. Obviously, we need recovery is really important to build muscle, to reduce risk of injury, because we do have all these micro tears when we're exercising. Studies are showing now. I mean, you can look at working out, like going for a longer walk, going for a hike, going for an incline walk, doing a yoga session, but when we're talking about strength training, we need that recovery. We shouldn't be strength training every single day. Now, what I was going to say is studies show strength training is excellent for mental health. Like if you've got ADHD, if you have trouble with concentrating and your mental health, just doing 15 minutes every day, same time in the morning before work, does wonders, and it sets a tone for your day as well. So you're more likely to make better choices in food and activity the rest of the day. Yes, I love training. Like I train strength training 6 days a week, which is too much. But I do rotate. I'll do like abs, then I'll do shoulders. So I've got 3 upper body sessions. I mix in rehabilitation exercises and preventative exercises as well. Yeah, anxiety. Yeah, it's one of the best things for anxiety and depression. Right, guys, thank you so much for the chat. I loved it this morning. I'll be back again tomorrow morning. I'll also be training later on in the afternoon when I've got the kids back from school for an ab session. I'll be mixing I'm going to do some oblique work as well, but I'll be mixing the reformers in with my abs. I used to use it to decompress. Yeah, I use it to manage stress, and yeah, I do love it. Right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.